Hello, Michael here, looking again today at Psalms 37 as we look at the last 6 verses, going from verse 35 to verse 40 for the exposition. This psalm, which is subtitled, He Will Not Forsake His Saints. Let's go ahead and read those 6 verses. Verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreaded himself like a green bay tree. 36. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Verse 37. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. 38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together, the end of the wicked shall be cut off. Verse 39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And verse 40. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him. And so we look to the Treasure of David, as written by Charles Spurgeon, for the exposition. Verse 35. A second time David turns to his diary, and this time in poetic imagery tells us of what he had observed. It were well if we too took notes of divine providences. I have seen the wicked in great power. The man was terrible to others, ruling with such authority, and carrying things with a high hand, a Caesar in might, a Croesus in wealth, and spreading himself like a green bay tree, adding house to house and field to field, rising higher and higher in the state. He seemed to be ever verdant like a laurel. He grew as a tree in its own native soil, from which it had never been transplanted. No particular tree is here meant. A spreading beech or a wide expanding oak may serve us to realize the picture. It is a thing of earth, whose roots are in the clay. It honors our fading leaves, and though its shadows dwarfs the plants which are condemned to pine beneath it, yet it itself is a dying thing, as the feller's axe shall prove. In the noble tree, which claims to be king of the forest, behold the grandeur of the ungodly. Today, wait a while and wonder at the change, as the timber is carried away, and the very root torn from the ground. Verse 36. Yet he passed away. Tree and men both gone, the Son of Man as surely as the child of the forest. What clean sweeps death makes, and lo, he was not. To the surprise of all men, the great man was gone, his estate sold, his business bankrupt, his house alienated, his name forgotten, and all in a few months. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Moved by curiosity, if we inquire for the ungodly, they have left no trace. Like birds of ill omen, none desire to remember them. Some of the humblest of the godly are immortalized. Their names are imperishably fragrant in the church, while of the ablest of infidels and blasphemers, hardly their names are remembered beyond a few years. Men who were in everybody's mouth but yesterday are forgotten tomorrow, for only virtue is immortal. Verse 37. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. After having watched with surprise the downfall of the wicked, give your attention to the sincerely godly man, and observe the blessed contrast. Good men are men of mark, and are worth our study. Upright men are marvels of grace, and worth beholding, for the end of that man is peace. The man of peace has an end of peace. Peace without end comes in the end to the man of God. His way may be rough, but it leads home. With believers it may rain in the morning, thunder at midday, and pour in torrents in the afternoon, but it must clear up ere the sun goes down. War may last till our last hour, but then we shall hear the last of it. Verse 38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. A common ruin awaits those who are joined in common rebellion. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. Their time shall be shortened. Their happiness shall be ended. Their hopes forever blasted. Their execution hastened on. Their present is shortened by their sins. They shall not live out half their days. They have no future worth having, while the righteous count their future as their true heritage. Verse 39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. Sound doctrine this, the very marrow of the gospel of free grace. By salvation is meant deliverance of every kind, not only the salvation which finally lands us in glory, but all the minor rescues of the way. These are all to be ascribed unto the Lord, and to him alone. Let him have glory from those to whom he grants salvation. He is their strength in the time of trouble. While trouble overthrows the wicked, it only drives the righteous to their strong helper, who rejoices to uphold them. Verse 40. And the Lord shall help them. In all future time, Jehovah will stand up for his chosen. Our great ally will bring up his forces in the heat of the battle. He shall deliver them from the wicked. As he rescued Daniel from the lions, so will he preserve his beloved from their enemies. They need not therefore fret, nor be discouraged, and save them because they trust in him. Faith shall ensure the safety of the elect. It is the mark of the sheep by which they shall be separated from the goats. Not their merit, but their believing shall distinguish them. Who would not try the walk of faith? Whoever truly believes in God will be no longer fretful against the apparent irregularities of this present life, but will rest assured that what is mysterious is nevertheless just, and what seems hard is beyond a doubt ordered in mercy. So the psalm ends with a note which is the death knell of the unhallowed disquietude with which the psalm commenced. Happy they who can thus sing themselves out of ill frames into gracious conditions. Oh yes, hallelujah. Great is our God, promises to the end and beyond. His glory shall we enter into and dwell there. Praise our God. We'll trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.